Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's piano lesson. We are going to be learning the song Morning Mood, and we're going to start off by doing the right hand by itself, line by line. I will have the music up on the screen with cursors pointing out where I am at all times. I'm going to be doing this very slow. I want to explain the notes and the rhythm. We're going to do the right hand first, then we're going to do the left hand, and then we'll do both hands together at a slow speed. The beauty of this is that it's a video, so please remember that you can fast forward, rewind, pause, take screenshots, download it, do whatever you got to do to get the most out of this. And here we go. Morning Mood, the very first song in the piano course. We're going to start with the right hand. Our first note, as you can see, is a G. It is on the second line of treble clef. All right, so we have G on the second line. Then we have E as the next note on the first line. The note after that, which is below the staff, is a D. Then we have the note in the second measure. That is middle C, followed by D, followed by E. Next measure, G, followed by E, followed by D, followed by middle C, back to D, back to E. Last measure of line 1, we have a G, and then an E, and then a G. All right. Now, a couple things I want you guys to remember. If you need to hear the song in full at speed, you can watch the beginning of this video. This is just going to be a very slow, hopefully short but concise, note by note to help you understand everything. You should be using the grand staff as a reference. And as you know, at the beginning, you have the time signature, which in the case of Morning Mood is 3/4. The time signature just means there's 3 beats per measure, and the 4 means that there's the note getting the beat is the quarter note. Okay, so as you can see, in all 5 of those measures of the first line, you're dealing with 3 quarter notes in every measure, and the quarter note gets the beat. All right, we're going to go on to line 2. We're going to start with A. Okay, we have the A down to E, back up to A. Then we're going to do G, followed by E, followed by D, followed by C. All right. Next measure, we have E, G, D, C. Now here comes some eighth notes. So the eighth notes are worth half a beat each, which means it takes 2 eighth notes to equal 1 beat. So essentially we're playing twice as many notes in the same amount of time, which will mean that the notes are played faster. So I'm going to start off at the beginning of this measure on the middle C. We have the C, and then we have the D, E, D, E. All right, then we're back up to G, E, D, and that concludes line number 2. Here we go, line number 3. We have middle C again, then we have the eighth notes again, D, E, D, E, then we have G, E, G, and then A, E, A, and then G, E, D, C. Last measure of the line, G, E, D. All right, guys, I just want to remind you that the beginning of these videos will always be the song played in full at tempo. And as I go through these with hands separate and then together, this is meant to kind of help you have the motivation, inspiration, and information to do this on your own. Hopefully, eventually, you won't need my walkthroughs to help you learn what the notes are and how they're played. But nonetheless, this is a guide for anybody who needs virtual lessons. Line number 4, the final line, we have the middle C with the dot. Dotted notes take 1 beat more than their total value. All right, so a half note is worth 2 beats, and half of 2 is 1. So you're going to take 2 plus 1 and get 3. So that's going to ring for 3 beats. Then we have 2 measures of rest, followed by another dotted half note E, 1, 2, 3. Then we have a double note, middle C and E, dotted half notes, 1, 2, 3. And then the very last measure, or 2, it's the middle C and the E dotted half notes tied to a middle C and E dotted half notes. Now the ties are going to basically combine the values of both notes into one long sustained note. So you're not going to play both of them for 3 beats. You're going to play the first one and let it ring for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, and there you have it. There is the right hand to Morning Mood. Now we're going to restart the song with the left hand. And we're going to do just the left hand. This is super simple. Just to give you guys a heads up, I'm going to be going pretty quick through this. We have 2 notes. We have a C and an E. They're dotted half notes. They're ringing for 3 beats, which in this time signature is the whole measure. And I'm just going to play these a couple times because it's the same thing over and over. So for line 1, we've got C and E for 3 beats, and then we have a measure of rest. Then we have C and E again for 3 beats, followed by a measure of rest. And then we're going to have a series of the same notes, but with ties. So for this next one, it's going to be the 3 beats plus the 2 beats on the next lines for a total of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, and as you can see on the other lines of the song, you have several other tied dotted half notes. Those will ring for 6 beats, just like we did at the end of the last line with the right hand. Now let's fast forward to the 4th line of the song. Measure 2 of line 4, we have a G, an E, a D, and a C. And of course that C rings for 3 beats. Then we have another measure of rest followed by another double note, dotted half notes. The first ones will ring for 3. The second 2 are tied. They're going to ring for a total of 6. So we have a C and a G. We have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. There you have it, guys. You have the full song played at speed at the beginning of the video. Please reference that if you'd like to hear it and see it in action. You had the right hand by itself, the left hand by itself. And now I'm just going to go through a little bit of both hands together, all right? I think we'll do just the first line and then the last line. This is pretty basic stuff. So we're going to do the G in the right with the C and the E and the left together. And that left hand is going to ring out for the whole measure because it's worth 3 beats. And then we're going to play the E and the D for the rest of measure 1. On measure 2, we have a rest in the left hand, so we have to lift up, and then you're going to play those individual right hand quarter notes. Then we're going to come back in with both, hold that left hand down, play those extra 2 quarter notes, rest on the left hand, bring that right hand in by itself. Then we're going to do both together. All right. Now here's the tricky part. On the next measure, I'll put up this line for you. You're still holding that left hand. Now I know mine has stopped ringing, but technically up to speed it would still ring. With the left hand still down, you're going to play the A, the E, and the A. And then we're going to bring both hands back in. And again, we have that dotted half note tied. All right, we'll finish out this line with both. We have together, quarter notes, next measure, 8th notes, twice as quick, and then together. All right. And I think we're going to take a look at the last line as well, only because it's a little different. We're going to start off with that right hand middle C, and then we're going to lift up on the right as it rests, and we'll play those left hand notes. All right, dotted half note right there. Bring the right back in, and then we're going to do all 4 notes together for 3 beats, 2, 3, and then 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there you have it, guys. Morning Mood in full, hands separate, hands together. We discussed the time signature, the rhythm, and the notes. Watch out for those ties, which again combine the value of the notes connected. And then also watch out for those dots, which make the note longer by half of its original value. All right, those dots and those ties will be recurring features of these songs, and I will be sure to bring them up and remind you every single time. I hope that you get something from this. I'm trying to do this as logically as possible. I know that it's sometimes hard to learn virtually, but I'm giving you all the information in step-by-step fashion. If anybody has any questions, comments, please leave them below if possible. And I will see you for the next song very soon. Thank you.